I want the company to spend most of its time on recruiting,
Mm-hmm.
like 80% of its time
Yep.
on recruiting. Because if we have one product and 1,000 people selling it, that's 1,000 chances to make $1.
Exactly. Yep. Yep.
But then it's not actually that. It's more, because not every person only has one friend.
Some people are going to go crazy with it. So,
Right. And most
yeah.
salespeople know more than one person.
Mm-hmm.
So,
especially if we're qualifying people to come in, we're going to know that they have this network and all that.
right. Exactly. And I think we should do tiers too. Like, okay, like if you have all this network and you have all this stuff and you can bring the deals, you get a higher percentage. If you're just
Mm-hmm.
starting out, you don't really have a network, but you're going to work really hard. Fine. You start at a lower percentage, but as soon as you can prove yourself, right, make as much money as you want. We'll help you do it. I don't want all the money. I don't want most of the money. I just don't want to have to work for the money.
Yeah. Okay. What are the pitfalls with having them get 100% commission on the first 10 sales? Because that scares me.
Right. I didn't tell everybody that.
Yeah.
But so I think that we should do it for the people that we know can bring in a lot of business, and for the people that like we need. So I would save it for just very specific people. But the reason why it's important is because it lets people know that you're serious. Like, it doesn't have to be 100%, it could be 80%, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But the point is, like, it has to be a big percentage to say, like, you know, we'll give you this for the first whatever. We can't continue to afford it, but we want to prove to you that A, it's worth your time. So
Yep.
if you get 80%, you know, for the first 5 or so, that gives you a chance to get out the first 5. And if you only sell 5, well, at least you make some money. You don't make 10%, right?
Yeah.
You at least walked away with something. And I want, even if they fail, I want them to be my friend, because
Mm-hmm.
I want them to tell me why they failed. I don't want them to just disappear. You
Yeah.
know,
Well, that way we
I want
can
them to,
constantly improve. Yeah.
right. I want them to come back and say, hey man, I didn't get my 5 sales at 80%. I would really like the last 2. This is why it sucks. This is why your software sucks and I can't sell it. You're
Yeah.
like, all right, man, you work with me to make it better, and I'll give you 80% on the next 5. So you get 10.
I like that. Yeah.
Because I want to make sure that you get rich. Because then
Mhm.
that means I don't work anymore.
Yep.
You go work. You go work and you work to make yourself rich. I'll just be
Yeah.
well off, but not do anything.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
that's kind
Interesting.
of the philosophy that I'm taking.
Yeah.
Like,
I like that.
if we can make someone a millionaire and make each one of us 100,000aire every time someone is a millionaire, right? I hope you make millionaires every day.
You know what? I love that because
And if we
we're
do,
gonna
every
see the
person in the world will
cumulative
want to work for us.
benefits. Yeah. We'll see the cumulative benefits of everybody succeeding, but they only see what they put in and what they get out. So they don't have the potential to scale like we do. So
No,
yeah.
they have to pay to create product. We get product for free.
Yep.
We don't have to pay to sell it. Our business is 100% free. It doesn't
Yeah.
cost anything to run it.
Yep. So crazy.
So we can afford to pay to get customers.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if only half of them stay or buy something else, at that point it's free. Like it's really free.
Yeah.
We didn't do anything
Yeah, exactly.
at all. We literally did nothing at all to
Yeah.
get more money.
Yeah.
They had to work hard to get the person in. But once they're in, they're ours forever. They don't go back to them.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, it sounds like, so I think for some people, one of the obstacles will be proving that it's legitimate because it almost feels too good to be true.
All right, then we start lower so that it's not
Yeah.
too good to be true.
Yeah. So I think we'll have to find like that right like balance. But yeah, I think that's awesome. And maybe it's like, maybe it is one where like once they get to a certain number of cells, it's like 80-20 split, something like that. So maybe it starts out at like 60-40, you know?
Right.
And then they
I
can
would
work their way up.
rather bonus them than give them a higher percentage
Okay,
forever.
interesting. So what would that look like?
Well, I'm sorry. I hate to keep saying this. Well, back in my company, well, back when I did it, but that's the only reference I have, and it's actually
Yes.
true, and it worked. What we would do is we would set a specific percentage for all of our resellers. We didn't call them affiliates because it didn't really make sense for what we sold. They were just resellers or white labelers, whatever. It's dependent on the deal. But we would write a contract. We would say, okay, you get, let's just make it easy, 50-50. And then at the end of every period, whatever we've decided on, whether it was a quarter, half a year, we would say, okay, you brought in this much to our business. That's what we've recorded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do yours numbers say? What do your numbers say? Okay, they say we brought in this much. All right, we can agree on that. Those together, sign that. We say, all right, 20% of this money that's over here that you brought in is now yours because you met your quota. I appreciate that. Do it again next time.
Yeah.
So then you technically raise their percentage, but you don't have to keep doing it.
Yeah, you're not locked into it. I like that.
You basically, when they sell something, you're paying them as an employee.
Yep.
And then you're giving you're giving them a dividend because they've invested into your company. They've made it more money than you expected. So that's owed to them.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I like that.
It's more than fair.
Yeah.
And I think that it's just the way it should be. I mean, I don't think it's the way a lot of people do it because people just were like, I keep all the money because I made this company and it was my idea and everything. But that's actually not how Wall Street works.
Mm-mm.
No, Wall Street trades about $4 trillion a day. I'm going to go with the way they do it.
Yeah.
Because they make a hell of a lot more than anybody else.
Yeah, that's true.
And the biggest thing is if you don't want to work anymore, like we're trying to move away from working, not into working, then you need all the friends you can get.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are going to be like your children and they will have to take care of you for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you better make sure they like you.
Exactly. Yeah.
And having people that don't know you like you costs money.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Okay, this is cool.